Hi everybody, and welcome to a new series of videos I'm going to try. My goal here is to explain some events during games using advanced stats, things like expected goals, and well, probably that'll be just about it. And the idea here is that I want to show how these concepts apply to games. They're not just these obscure stats. They actually apply to games and strategy and individual moments within games, and maybe start thinking about these things as ways to either improve shot choice, defensive positioning, things like that. So I'm going to start with the infamous Western New York Flash versus Seattle Reign game from, now last weekend. And if you haven't heard the story, the basic idea here is that the field was below par. As you can see, the sideline here is only a few yards wide of the penalty area on both sides. It's incredibly close. You can look. Jess McDonald here is about to throw the ball in, and she's at the sideline and she's barely outside the penalty area. This became a big controversy, whether the standards were okay. But what I wanted to show is ignore all that for a minute and show how it actually affected the gameplay. So I'm going to run the video here. You're going to see Jess McDonald throw the ball in, and the Flash are going to score a goal pretty quickly after that. So let's watch it, and then we'll go back and talk about it from there. So the ball gets thrown in, and Abby Erceg heads it right in the back of the net. Flash tie the game up. It's now 1-1. The controversy here, there was a player in an offside position. Ultimately, she doesn't affect the play itself. The goal stands. Life is good for the New York Flash. So let's watch one more time as McDonald throws the ball in. And right here, Erceg's about to head the ball, and you can't see the goalkeeper in this picture very well. But she's actually right here behind this defender. I think she collides with the defender. She ends up being injured on the play, collides with her, but you can see she's way out of position. She's outside the 6-yard box. Looks like she's coming for the ball right here, but doesn't get there clearly in time. Erceg heads the ball in the back of the net. Super easy score. Life is good again for the Flash. So what I want to talk about is how much did the goalkeeper's error affect the outcome here? How much did it affect the likelihood of scoring a goal, basically? And, we can see, just from a common sense point of view, goalkeeper's way out of position, again, outside the, 6-yard box here, trying to take the throw in, can't catch it, and it's a fairly easy header for Abby Erceg. So how good of a chance was this, really? Well, it's not a bad chance. You can see the header is relatively central, relatively close to the center here. It's about 9 yards out, which is a decent distance, but not too much. It's a pretty decent chance there, but not great given that the goalkeeper's in position. And as you can see, the header isn't that strong. If I play it again here, you see the header is fairly, it's a decent header. It's on target. It's good. But it's not particularly powerful, and if the goalkeeper was in position, she likely would have stopped it. So that's what's going on here. Well, how good a chance was this? I ran it through the expected goals algorithm 2 ways. The first way was with the goalkeeper in the proper position, and the second way was with the goalkeeper out of position. With the goalkeeper in position, it's actually not that great of a chance. The header's a little far away. A header from 9 yards is a tough play. It's about a 0.15 xG score, or 15% chance of going in. However, when I add the fact that the goalkeeper was out of position, makes the error there, it goes up to an 80% chance of scoring, or 0.8 xG. That's a massive difference there. It goes from a very rare score to far more likely than not she scores there. So you can see the value of what happens here, that error. And the error, again, probably caused by the weird dimensions of the field. She doesn't know exactly how much time she has to play the ball. You're used to a long throw, and maybe you can get out there and catch that, but this wasn't really a long throw. It was a relatively short throw into the penalty area because of the weird dimensions of the field. So beyond all the other arguments for the problems here, it led to the New York Flash's first goal. They tie up the game. From here, I want to look at their second goal, which is very similar, and we'll go over that fairly quickly, but it's the same general idea. So here we are about 7 minutes later or so. McDonald again throwing the ball in from roughly the same spot, throws it in. Goalkeeper comes out, no one quite claims it, and an easy score there. Fairly easy score, just kicks the ball right in the back of the net, no keeper to stop it, and there you go. It's now 2-1 Western New York Flash. This time, and we'll take another look at the goal here, it's a much better opportunity, kicking it from relatively close. We'll take a look back here. We'll zoom back. We'll go back one more time here. Here's the throw in. The ball bounces around in the penalty area, and again, it comes down to Abby Ursig, who, kicking the ball, if you can have the opportunity to kick a ball from this close, she's not that central, but she's, what do you call that, 2.5, 3 yards away, fairly central. It's going to be a pretty good opportunity as it is. If the goalkeeper's in position, the algorithm has this as a 0.29 chance, so almost a 30% chance of scoring a goal. However, with the goalkeeper all the way out here, while the ball's back here, this goes up to a 91% chance. You're far more likely than not going to score. So that's what's going on here. These two goals, based on errors goalkeepers made on a, you don't want to call it a long throw, but a throw in on a very short field. Because of that, the Flash's first two goals became much higher probability of scoring, and again, ultimately scored when you have expected them probably to score one or more likely neither of those chances. So that's what's going on here, and that shows, I think, a really clear way how, one, the field affected it, and two, how goalkeeper errors affected the likelihood of scoring using advanced statistics. That's all. I've got a few more videos planned, but if you like these, please share them and put them out there. The more views I get, these took a fair amount of time to plan and think about. So the more views I get, the happier I'll be and the more likely I am to keep doing them. So thank you all very much, and I look forward to sharing a couple more.